It's a pleasant morning to you on Ogtv 25 UHF. We'd like to appreciate you for joining us on the Ogtv AM News. My name is Adesina Anidugbe. The government of Ogun State has taken its advocacy that will further attract genuine investors to birth in the state to the 2014 Africa Investment Forum with the theme, Partner to Win. Governor Ibikunle Amosun, addressing the conference with over 300 foreign investors, shared the rich cultural background as well as human and natural resources comparative advantage of Ogun State in the agricultural sector, which places the state ahead of other states in the federation. Governor's office correspondent Mumi Adigun has the story.
Financial hub that is safe, secure, functional, and productive. Our mission in Lagos State is poverty eradication and sustainable economic growth through infrastructure renewal and development.
Ogun State is the place to be. It is not just by fluke that today we have the largest concentration of industries in Ogun State. It is not just by fluke. Investors will not just come and throw their money away. It must be where they know that their investment is safe. It must be the place that they know that they are convinced that
Ogun State is the hub of industrial development in southern Nigeria. By the grace of God, in the coming years, Ogun State will become the industrial hub of northern Nigeria.
It was indeed a keen competition amongst Ogun, Lagos and Kogi states at the 2014 Africa Investment Forum with the theme Partner to Win, as the governors of these states showcased what placed them ahead of others before the cross of investors to win their trust. The program put together by Unilever PLC, whose strength of business is over 80% in Ogun State, places the state at the forefront and having considered the speedy economic growth of the state.
But I'm more glad to note and to let everybody know that I think about 80% of the activity is now with us in Ogun State, so I want to thank you for that. And I want to still say that 80% is good, but we will want to even come and do more, so that at least we are not in competition with Lagos State. We have said that we are collaborating with one another, and nobody can take the fact that Lagos is the commercial center of Nigeria, and by all means we are defining our own role as the industrial hub of Nigeria as well.
Governor Ibikunle Amosun, before the investors, speaks about the strength of Ogun State in the areas of agricultural development, education, health, security of lives and property, infrastructural development, among all.
Atmosphere, necessary infrastructure, security must be guaranteed. And I'm happy that I can stand in front of you today that for 3 years running, we've been rated to be the safest state in Nigeria. In terms of so,
Minister of Trade and Investment, Dr. Olusegun Aganga, represented by Mr. Jonathan Chuma, commended Ogun, Lagos and Kogi states for their efforts in the commerce and industry sector, saying the federal government really recognizes them. Ogtv News.
Saka has come the way of over 200 traders of Itoku Market in Abeokuta who were affected by last Wednesday, 2nd of July 2014 heavy downpour. The Ogun State government, through the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure, made presentation of cash incentives to the affected traders at the governor's office, Okemoson, in Abeokuta. Anuluapo Adekoya reports.
Gbogbo àwa tí nǹkan ṣe tí ṣọ́ọ̀pù wà èmi fúnra mi ẹ ti mọ̀ màá wá nǹkan ṣe fún wa tí ó ti yé yín gbogbo ohun tá a bá lè ṣe láti fi ràn yín lọ́wọ́ àá ṣe.
Over 200 traders affected by the torrential rain that occurred in Itoku area of Abeokuta last Wednesday received cash incentives to revive their business. The flash flood brought some damages to the market, especially stalls with chicken, herbs and other smaller shops.
Ìgbà tó máa kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ a mọ̀ kó máa le tó yẹn. Ìgbà tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ a bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní kó gbá. But ìgbà tó tó stage kan a lè kó gbá mọ́. Gbogbo akàn ń sá wípé bóyá kọ́gbàrá yẹn má tiẹ̀ wọ́yàn lọ.
Òjò yẹn dẹ̀ rọ̀rọ̀ tí ò dáa.
During the presentation, Commissioner for Works and Infrastructure, Architect Olamilekon Adegbite, shed more light on the ongoing construction of shopping malls by the current administration at Itoku and elsewhere.
As soon as these are completed, we move those people into those markets. Even the capacity of the new markets that are being built exceeds the people that are displaced. So when we move them in, we'll be able to accommodate some of you as well. But the excess that we cannot accommodate, we could give them temporary space while we demolish that section and rebuild it as well.
The traders could not hide their joy at the government's gesture.
I really appreciate the work the governor is doing, that he will come to governor's seat again.
This gesture to the marketers is coming not up to 48 hours that the governor, Senator Ibikunle Amosun, promised to put smiles on their faces. Anuluakbo Adekoya, Ogtv News.
Ogun State Governor Senator Ibikunle Amosun has approved the payment of 58.1 million naira outstanding retirement benefits owed to managers of the 3 defunct Gateway hotels in Abeokuta, Ijebu-Ode, and Ota, who were relieved of their appointment by the Eastwell Benga Daniel-led administration in 2004. This is sequel to an appeal made on behalf of the 34 workers by the Hotel and Personal Services Senior Staff Association following an agreement reached with the Joint Public Service Negotiation Council and the Trade Union Congress of Nigeria at a meeting held on February 25, 2014 with the representatives of the government led by the governor. Commissioner for Information and Strategy in the state, Alhaji Yusuf Olaniyono, said in a statement that the sum of 2.5 million naira will be paid on a monthly basis until the benefits are fully paid. He revealed that the workers had, following the settlement agreement reached with the government, withdrawn a suit filed at the Industrial Arbitration Panel. And the Ogun State House of Assembly has received a letter from the executive arm of government seeking for a law establishing the Ogun State Water Commission and other related matters. Acknowledging the receipt of the proposal on the floor of the House, the Speaker, Honorable Suraj Ishola Adekunbi, assured that due attention will be accorded the bill by the House. Peter Falomo has the story.
At the convergence of Ogun State lawmakers at the day's sitting, the Speaker, Honorable Suraj Ishola Adekunbi, appreciated the efforts of honorable members of the House for their active participation in moving the state forward. The Speaker thereafter presented the correspondence received from the Ogun State Governor, Senator Ibikunle Amosun, which is a proposal to legislate on a bill on water regulation in the state.
I forward herewith a bill for a law to make provision for the establishment of the Ogun State Water Sector, the Ogun State Water Corporation, the Ogun State Water Regulatory Commission, and for other matters incidental thereto or connected therewith, as approved at the 80th meeting of the Executive Council held on 3rd March 2014 for the kind consideration and passage of the House. Please accept the assurances as always of my highest regard.
The House thereafter went through the 12 points orders of the day, urged various House committee members to expedite action on other germane issues before them, with a view to further strengthen the democratic process in the state for further developments. Majority Leader Honorable Israel Jola Osho later moved the motion for adjournment, as seconded by Honorable Abiodun Akuvoyan, to 5th of August 2014. Earlier, an award of excellence was presented to Honorable Olayiwola Ojodu of Abeokuta North State Constituency by the Federation of Yoruba Students Movement for his support to the organization. Peter Falomo, Ogtv News.
The Ogun State standard housing projects that are ongoing in the state are a clear indication of government's taste for standard, even as work progresses steadily on both the Workers' Estate at Ladini and the Orange Valley Estate opposite the Governor's Office, Okemosan, Abeokuta. Olujoke Mosaku takes up the story from here.
Ogun State government, through the State Housing Corporation and the Ogun State Property and Investments Corporation, OPIC, several months ago, embarked on Ogun standard housing projects that are quite feasible and affordable. One of the projects, the Workers' Estate at Ladiri, is a sight to behold, as those handling the project are doing their very best, while landscapers are adding beauty to the entire environment in tandem with the Ogun standard. At the time of filing this report, some civil servants were seen assessing the buildings, while site workers shared their thoughts with OGTV News.
In about 2 weeks' time, we should be able to deliver everything. It is a good pleasure. I'm working with Ogun State government.
We are almost finishing our work. We've been here since almost 2 weeks, and we are almost finished the work. The work is about 90% completion.
A visit to Orange Valley Estate, not far from the Workers' Estate, shows steady development in construction work. The finishing of the buildings has been done, while the road network is fast taking shape as asphalt has considerably been laid. As for the feeder pillars and street lights, site workers expatiate.
We can have up to 2 or 3 in some streets. It depends on the number of the circuit breaker inside each feeder pillar. If it is 3 automatically, if it is 3 feeder pillar inside, automatically it supply 3 buildings.
We have spent up to a month here now, and by the grace of God, we are expected by ending of this month, everything will be over.
The buildings are expected to be handed over soon. Olujoke Musaku, OGTV News.
And now for a report, Israel has started reinforcing its military forces on its border with the Gaza Strip amid heightened tensions with the Palestinians. The murders of 3 Israeli teenagers in the West Bank was followed by murder of a Palestinian youth in Jerusalem. Israel says the move is part of its response to mortar and rocket fires from Palestinian militants from Gaza. It follows airstrikes against the territory early on Thursday. 10 Palestinians were injured in the Israeli Defense Forces bombardment, which followed barrages from Gaza, which struck 2 homes in the southern Israeli border town of Sderot overnight. Gateway Football Club of Ogun State produced one of the major upsets in the round of 64 matches of this year's Confederation Cup. Playing against more experienced Premier League defending champions Kano Pillars at Lokoja Township Stadium, the coach Henry Nwosu shocked their opponents by 2-1. Gateway FC goals came in the 44th and 84th minutes through Francis Olanrewaju and Okwe Oluwafemi. Dynamite Force of Benin also beat Ranchers Bees of Kaduna by 4-0 in another round of 84 encounters. And to round off the news this morning, we would like you to please listen to this message. Everywhere is a walking distance if you have the time. We'd like to thank you for your time with us on the news this morning. Please stay tuned for Moturayo Sholanke as she brings us the Yoruba version of the news. Bye for now.